What's up, folks? This is your favorite sorcerer, magician, Aurelius Sopax. And in this video, I want to talk about love spells, but I want to create a complete beginner breakdown. Okay? So this video is aimed at beginners, but hey, even if you're a little bit advanced, I'm sure you're going to get something out of it. Because, see, whatever you do, it's always good to revisit the basics. Okay? So let's talk about love spells and what you need to make them work for you. Okay, so the very first thing that you will need, okay, the very first thing is a target. Okay, believe it or not, most people forget that. They have a vague idea about what they want to manifest with that, but it's important that you have a clear target in mind. Okay, ideally you have frequent communication with that person already. If that's not the case, you can move it towards frequent communication, but you gotta know who you want to work on. Okay, that's important. In the second step, decide upon what type of energies, what type of spirits you want to work with. Okay, now as a beginner, you're probably not gonna use a spirit. You're probably not gonna do something like an evocation or whatever, but you're going to work with some sort of energy. Okay, this energy should be, connected to what you want to accomplish with the spell. Okay, so you're not going to work with hateful energies if you want to create desire in the other person. I think that's intuitive, right? The next thing that you will need is a psychic link. Okay, what is a psychic link? The psychic link is something that connects your energy to the energy of the target. It could be something like a photograph. A picture is a very, very powerful psychic link. If you take the picture of somebody, it captures their essence, captures their energetic blueprint. Okay, and you got that copied, and then you can magically work on it. All right, that's very important. Other than photographs, their handwriting is very good for that. Okay, and there are many others, but let's keep it at that. The psychic link carries the energy of the person, and when you got something that carries the energy of the individual, of the target, you can work directly on the energy and through that affect your target. The next step is a step that must be part of any magical ritual. Okay, so you got to create some sort of a clean atmosphere. Okay, usually you will use a banishing for that. You got to clear your mind. Okay, when we do a spell, when we do a ritual, we got to get rid of all mundane thoughts. Okay, it doesn't matter what happened at work, doesn't matter what fucking Susie said yesterday, or all of the stuff that goes through your mind has to go. You got to clear your mind, you got to still it, and you got to go into an altered state, a trance. Okay, so you will do a banishing, and you will then enter a trance through a meditation. Now you gotta focus on the main work, okay, which is the actual spell. You banished the energies, you cleared your mind, you went into an altered state, and now it's time to move the energies. See, we go into an altered state to be able to interact with a deeper level of reality. And in this deeper level of reality, all kinds of energies become accessible, and you can begin to push energy into or onto the individual that you want to work on. Okay, so what you will do is you will experience, invoke, bring into yourself certain energetic qualities, and then you will clearly and very powerfully imagine, visualize, experience the outcome that you want to create. In this case, the person being in love with you, the person wanting to have sex with you, or whatever you want to create with that spell. All right? Now, mind you, and this is what most people will not tell you, but it is a fact. You need a massive amount of energy. You need, and when I say energy, I mean emotional energy. You need to put a massive amount of concentration and energy into this ritual. Even if it's just 15 minutes, you got to put a lot of energy into the spell. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Otherwise, it's just poof, a little bit of a thought, a little bit of energy behind that, but that's not going to accomplish what it is that you want. Okay, and if you're a beginner, you maybe have researched this stuff and nobody told you that so far. But let me give you the truth about witchcraft. In order to make a spell work, you need a massive amount of energy, and it needs training before you can actually make it work. But if you put in the work, there's nothing that can stop you from actually being able to cast successful spells. Once all of that is done, you will then, once again, finish the ritual with a banishing. You will dismiss the energies that you've called. You will get rid of the implements that you've used. And usually you won't think about that ritual anymore. Sometimes, as funny as that might sound, you might not even want that person anymore. Okay? That's a rare case, but it could happen. You know? So make sure that you get rid of all energy during the main ritual, and then banish and go about your day, go about your life, and before you know it, circumstances, coincidences are going to align themselves to bring you what it is that you wanted. Another question that often comes up from beginners is, what can go wrong if I cast a spell? What's the danger of magic? Well, it's not that there aren't dangers. There are dangers, for sure, especially if you're a beginner. However, if you follow the guidance and the blueprint that somebody more advanced gives you, it's actually quite a safe thing to do. Okay, just don't do things that are not safe for you specifically. Okay, such as calling up spirits if you don't know what you're doing. Okay. When it comes to love spells in particular, one of the dangers is that you're not creating a spell on the other person solely, but it's actually a binding that you create, a mutual binding. Okay, so you might become as obsessed or even more obsessed about the person that you're putting the spell on than the person, and that's not desirable. You want to stay and be in control of this whole thing. Okay, there are many other dangers, but once again, this is a complete beginner's rundown of how to do a love spell. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the description under this video an actual love spell that I cast, where you can see me actually creating a spell, and you will be able to identify the different phases of the spell by watching the video. Okay, so if you want to see that, if you want to see the actual love spell, go into the description under this video, watch the love spell, sign up for my free newsletter that will be published and is being published every Saturday, that will give you invaluable and practical tips for your witchcraft or your magic. It's totally free. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to this channel, and if you think you're ready for more advanced training, get my psychic seduction course. The link is also in the description. Okay? With that being said, be well. Talk to you soon.